Welcome to the payment submission form instructional video. This form is probably one of the most helpful in terms of understanding what, why, and how much you're sending in from a chapter standpoint to headquarters. We've had issues in the past where we would get a $2,000 check and not only not know what chapter it came from, but we wouldn't understand what the money was for. And in those situations, we usually apply it as a donation to the headquarters because we have no way of tracking what that money's for. So this is important to make sure that your P's and Q's line up and your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. So include this with any mailed payments to the headquarters. And again, you fill out your date, chapter name on the drop-down list, the college and university from the drop-down list, the address and chapter phone, and then filling this information out, it allows you to add it up. So if you have 50 members, you can put in 50 members, which means you should be sending in $5,000. If your late fee is going on because you've submitted the money late or forms late, the 10 or 20%, don't do that. We don't like to charge late fees, but we lose money because we have to front the money on credit or borrow from the reserve fund, which we don't like to do. The conclave fee, if that's in there, whether $250 or $500, again, if you watched the active member report form, you could send in the entire year's worth of fees, or you can do one or the other. And again, the late fee, if that's involved, again, don't do that. Associate member fees, how many members you have associated, $100 per associate, so that it gives you a total. Initiation fees, how many you initiated, times 100 per initiate, and the total. And colony membership fees, number of colony members times $100 per colony member, total. This is of course applicable if you are a colony. Most chapters won't have to worry about filling out this line. So what this allows you to see is this number should equal the check that you're putting into the envelope. If it doesn't, redo your math. Figure out what's missing, because if this number doesn't equal what you're sending in, it's just going to confuse everybody, and it helps us to make sure that everything lines up and explains this. Now, of course, your associate report form that you've already learned how to fill out should match the number here, and the active members should equal the number on your active report form. So those two should all line up so that we should be able to make one coherent sentence on what is going on in chapter in terms of members, associates, and initiates. If there's an explanation for other payments or why the difference is there, just make sure that we understand what's going on. It's best to make sure everything lines up and is made sense. So this will be something you print off and you write a check out for. And again, it's just important to make everything line up so that it all makes sense. Because there's nothing more frustrating than getting a check for $1,250, and I don't know if that's $250 of a conclave fee and 10 active members, or if that's 12 active members, or if that's you took $500 from $1,250 and you're actually thinking that $75 per man is it, so it's 10 active members at $75 and it's 2. You get the idea. It can be a mess. So just make sure that all the math lines up and you mail this in with any check that you print out.